All right, on Saturday, it's here, finally, UFC 229. We got your main event breakdown, myself and Dan Tom. T-Mobile Arena is just a stone's throw away from here in our studio at the Mandalay Bay, man. Both guys have been in our studio. I've studied these guys for a long time. Classic grappler versus striker. You're going to hear that a million times, too. It's driving me nuts already. Man, we've looked at fights on our television. We've seen them on Fight Pass. We've broken down fights for many years. And this one should be pretty easy, but people are going to make it more complicated than it is. You got to prove me wrong. Khabib, when he takes you down, it's like he parks a car on your chest, and you just can't get the car off of you, all right? Conor McGregor, of course, he's got great hands. He's very proficient, efficient. He's got speed. He's got accuracy. He's deadly. All right, if Khabib is stubborn, like he has been in a few of his fights, where he stands a little bit longer than maybe he should, he can find himself in a lot of trouble, and Conor will walk away with that belt. But Conor's been gone away for 2 years, and Khabib has just been flowing, and he's never lost. Again, I'm not going to say that enough times this week. He's just never lost. All right, and if he sticks to that game plan, I just don't see Conor McGregor being able to get up from underneath the bottom of a guy like Khabib Nurmagomedov, and it could be a violent ending. Give me Khabib Nurmagomedov. I got notes, I got odds, I got pages dedicated to this. I just don't see it. That said, I'm in last place of the staff picks. I'm keeping it real with you guys, all right? We're all pretty good, but someone's in last, and it's me. He's in first. What do you got to say, Dan?
Well, you know, people always ask me, they actually don't, how I get in the first place in the MMAjunkie staff picks. And the truth is, to pick a fight right, especially in a fight that has so much flowing back and forth from media to strong opinions on each side, you got to stay unbiased. That's the first key. You can't let anything influence you, no matter who you like. You really have to go about the analysis the proper way. And again, I feel like I've been able to stay influence-free for most of my research of this fight. That said, even though I agree that Khabib Nurmagomedov should be the favorite, I'm leaning toward Conor McGregor, and I don't know why. It's a weird smell I'm getting. Now, actually, I do explain why on the breakdown below. But essentially, George, you know, I picked Michael Johnson to beat Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 205 the night where Conor McGregor became a dual champion, winning the lightweight title. Now, if I picked Michael Johnson, no disrespect to Michael Johnson, but if I picked Michael Johnson, a southpaw counterfighter, to be able to defend the takedowns and hit Khabib through the striking holes that I believe me and many, to be fair, have seen. It's hard to say holes, and when you're talking about an undefeated fighter, but we got to split hairs here, right? Yeah. And Michael Johnson, it was the wrong pick that night, George. I was wrong, but the analysis was right. We saw Khabib hit clean, and I think that Conor can do the same. More importantly, I think Conor McGregor's grappling is pretty underrated. It's a weird sample size to go off of, you know, as far as what we've seen him do against Dennis Seaver, Nate Diaz, and little instances here or there. Even Eddie Alvarez, he showed some really good stuff in their brief wrestling against the cage. That's where Khabib likes to get his takedowns from. Now, Khabib could park on top of him like a car, and that's all she wrote. And that's why he's favored. That's why Khabib should be favored. But
he is minus 155, and Conor comes back at about plus 125. You got to shop around.
I don't know what it is, George, but I'm going with Conor McGregor here to get it done by round 2.
All right. Are you going to toast to it?
I'll toast to that.
Don't worry, I'm giving him a ride home. There you have it. There is the main event breakdown brought to you by the MMA Junkie radio team.